What's up, Travel Acre fam? Welcome to another episode of Farm and Land with Brand. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about how we raise our ducks on pasture. So, let's go. Raising ducks on pasture. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. So where we're at right now is, as you guys can see, is a big grassy area right outside of our main farm. This area right here runs all the way back to the lake, and this is where we used to actually raise our ducks on pasture. So that's just kind of how we ran our first batch that we ever did. And what we did was we ran our electrical fencing around this area here. Okay, so we ran around this whole area right here, and this is where they stayed for the remainder of their life after leaving the brood. But the problem with that was we were only stationary in this one area with them, because in this particular area where they're at, there's not other open land to move the netting with the ducks. So they were constantly staying in this one area, which may not be a bad thing, but the bad thing about this area is it wasn't always being reproduced by grass, because the ducks were constantly on it. So that caused the problem. You're probably wondering, well, how did you fix that problem, and what was the solution that you came up with to actually raise the ducks on pasture, keep the integrity of actually being able to do that, but actually being able to improve grass that they were on, being able to actually keep their area even cleaner than just being in one big open area without ever being moved? How did you fix that? You might actually think that question, and the solution is actually pretty simple. So I'm going to show you guys how we raise our chickens, and you already know that. Yes, we raise our chickens on tractors on pasture, as you guys can see. Yes, we do that with our chickens. So the thought crossed my mind, why can't we just do that with ducks? And that's exactly what I did. So as you guys can tell, why not just put ducks in the tractor and see if that works too? And we actually ran that scenario first with ducks being raised with some of our Ranger chickens, and we ran a small batch of Ranger chickens that we raised for meat with some of our ducks. And as you guys can see, look at this right here, ducks in a tractor. I know, who would have ever thought about that? I know, it's crazy. Who would have thought about just sticking another poultry animal inside of a trailer just like a chicken? They must be a genius who thought of that. I probably wasn't the first guy, but anyways, just kidding. But anyways, so yeah, I was like, well, let's just put our ducks in the tractor, move them every day, even twice a day once they get a little bit older, and they'll constantly be on fresh grass and constantly be fresh bedding, and they won't be in the same area every day, and you won't have to worry about moving a huge net with them in an area. I thought it was a great idea. So anyway, this is our third time actually doing this, where we raise our ducks strictly on tractor. This is the largest batch we've ever done in tractor, and I'm gonna see how full we get. We run 75 birds max in our normal tractors, and right now the max we've ran so far this time in the tractor with just ducks is 50. So the 50 packings in here, and of course your biggest thing is you want them to have a good amount of space. You want them to be able to have constant access to the grass for a good period of time, and then that in turn doesn't make it overcrowded, and it still gives them plenty of space to walk around, move around, have plenty of space to, you know, stretch their legs, and yeah, that thing. So that's what we did. It's worked out really good for us so far. They actually move better with tractors, actually, even than chickens. The only thing that we really improved in is, of course, ducks naturally drink more water. So as you guys can see right here, we have 2 waterers, and then we also run 2 buckets. That way we make sure the ducks actually can get their nostrils into the water deep enough to clean them, because they can get clogged with mud and that kind of thing, and ducks need to be able to clean those things off. So we make sure that they can get their whole bill down in the water to actually clean their nostrils out. That way it doesn't get caked up and dirty. This usually happens once they move into the tractor out of the brooder. Then they're actually, you know, being able to actually have that deeper water source, because if they get the ground wet, they're going to be moved so it won't get muddy, mucky, and stinky, which is super important to us. So the other thing, yeah, ducks are messy. So you prevent the messiness from being too bad of a problem by moving them every day. And most of the time, once they get to being at a week old out of the brooder, they get moved twice a day, just because ducks are naturally messy. So the areas where the water's at, we don't want it to be muddy, and we want the grass to be able to regrow there and not get torn up too bad. So to keep them clean, to keep the grass growing right and moving correctly, that's what we do. But it's not really rocket science of putting these ducks on pasture, and we could definitely run a net someday and remove them in the net when we run them larger scale, or we just build larger tractors, and not larger, we just build more tractors, sorry, and just put the same amount of ducks we do with the chickens inside of the tractors. Seems pretty, you know, easy to me, and it works out great. The ducks do great in them, and they still are growing on pasture just like we wanted to. So that's exciting. Hopefully this video will help somebody out, as far as maybe they've had a question about maybe wanting to raise ducks on pasture themselves, or maybe just wanting to see how we raise our ducks on pasture. It's a good answer either way. I know this video may not have been like a brand new idea or something that's super new in a sense, but I just felt like it'd be a good video to share, as I haven't really seen a lot of videos of how ducks are actually being raised on pasture, as far as in tractor sense of how we run our chickens. So I felt like that was something different that we're maybe possibly doing. I'm sure there's videos of people doing that out there, but I wanted to share that and, you know, let everybody know how we're raising them, and it's super important to us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't think there's much more information I can tell you about how these guys are being raised and the difference, other than I kind of pointed out a few differences, and that's, you know, not being muddy water, not being constantly covered in mud, filth, their own feces, because of them being dirty and then pooping in it. So that helps. These guys have been in this area right here all day, and they've eaten the grass down, of course, from what's out here, which is all at least over about 6 foot. Oh. Chicken? What you doing over here? Oh, yeah, guys, just so you kind of see our chickens just roaming around out here, just so you can kind of see, as well as our egg-laying chickens, just so you see how we raise our birds and our chickens out here as well. I mean, they're everywhere out here, y'all. There's like 7 or 8 over there. There's like some over here. I got like 5 or 6 over here with me, and yeah, they're just out here, you know, out here roaming the land. And that's how we raise our birds too. As far as our chickens go, they are fully free range pasture raised, and just out here just having the best time. And that's something cool about chickens too. Not in my video at all, but you know, they decided to just walk up on me like they got a problem or something. Like they got something, they want something solved, do something, messing with me all of a sudden. Anyways, guys, so thanks for watching the video. I hope this is super informative. Again, like these birds right here are probably almost a little over 4 or 5 weeks old right now, and they have a couple more weeks here with us on the farm until they get to that perfect size for us to be sent to the processor. And we love these guys, and they do just great here. And yeah, this is how you pasture raise ducks, and this is how we do it on Tribal Acres. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit the bell for notifications, subscribe, you know, comment. Love to see your comments, and just, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.